Now that I've started crowdfunding my second album, you get to learn a lot about the process. And by the process, I mean facing the hurtling abyss that is attempting to rationalize winging something, in this case music, into existence from absolute nothing. When you try to justify what you do as an artist or as a musician, you come across silly. It's also hard to grasp in a tangible, clear sense that you just flail about saying things like flow and rhythm until you sound like a complete idiot. But that being said, here goes nothing. What you're seeing here, by the way, is me and Felix Buckner, the bassist I've worked with since 2017, and Cameron Lang, who produces and records our music at the famous Go Watch Berlin. Anyway, I think art, when it's good, comes out of nowhere, out of the blue, out of complete cluelessness. Ask anyone you know who's written a song that they like or you like, where it comes from. I bet at best they may have some vague memory of how they were feeling and what was happening in their lives that may have led to the song. But the actual nuts and bolts of melody and composition, when it's going good, when the hand and the voice are humming and flowing, the result is like waking from a dream with an idea you assume is your own and you give yourself credit for. In short, it's a farce. Usually nobody makes art. It simply arrives. What we do, we musicians, at least I hope I can speak for here, we focus on the craft. You get up every day, you work on it. You work on the melodies that came before, getting them right for their next appearance. You practice honing your hands and your vocals so that the making itself becomes smoother, quicker, more capable. So when the idea eventually shows up, you're ready for it. You can jot it down as quick as possible before it ends up somewhere else at someone else's door. We don't know when this will happen or how to make it come about. As Leonard Cohen said, if I knew where the good songs come from, I'd go there more often. And so, saying to your friends and your well-wishers, your hopeful patrons, that you've got a good thing brewing, that your next work is going to be the one that blows the whole thing out of the water, that is something you can't assume. You can only put your ducks in a row and hope a gust of wind comes along and helps you. And there you are, hopelessly blowing and willing the ducks into a row, and you look like a complete feckin' Egypt. And that's what it is to be an artist. Faffing about in the water and occasionally coming good, drying off and showing off some flapping, beautiful singing fish. Yes, the whole thing is ridiculous. It's embarrassing. Standing on stage is an inherently silly place to be. It's the stuff of make-believe and as such, seen as not real. As nowadays, if it's not tangible, if we can't measure its origin physically, we doubt its existence, let alone why it should matter. Art suffers from the fate of all incalculable things of meaning. The numbers don't add up. Making things out of nothing in an imaginarium where grown men and women come together and manipulate sound, if you're a musician, into a song is the stuff of alchemy. All for what? Something to hum in the shower or whistle in the street. Where is the data? I think the data's in the feeling. If you feel something listening to a song, you've interacted with it. You have had a sonic, somatic sensation come through you, and as such, have felt whatever the singer or that composer was feeling when they made it in the first place. The two of you have had words, without speaking. That's tangible, but only between two people, the creator and the affected. That's what artists do. That's the craft. That's enough. Anyway, isn't the stock market completely waving, ebbing and flowing with the volatility of our collective emotional wheelhouses, just the same as art? At least art makes more sense than Bitcoin. Also, crowdfund phase 3 is now open and Bitcoin is definitely accepted.